Hi, I'm Molly.
And I'm Jamie, and this is our From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast. As the owners of Hired Hand website software, we've been developing websites and creating internet marketing strategies for livestock breeders for the past 10 years.
The majority of our customers are involved in the breeding of registered animals, such as Texas Longhorns, Highland cattle, horses, and white-tailed deer, where the pedigrees are very important. The From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast examines many of the differences in raising pedigreed livestock for maximum profit. Join us and learn what we're covering today.
In today's episode, we'll be talking with Chase Vasut from the Longhorn Legacy Group. He'll be telling us about this legacy sale coming up here this weekend. Hi, Chase. Thanks for joining us.
How's it going? Glad to be here.
Why don't you start by telling us the date and location for this year's sale?
Sure. The legacy sale this year is going to be on October 9th and 10th, obviously 2020, at the Embassy Suites in Grapevine, Texas. It's at 2401 Bass Pro Drive. So we got an impressive lineup of cattle, and this is our, I believe, 6th year back at the Embassy.
So tell us a little bit more about the history of the sale for those that don't know.
Yeah. The legacy sale was originally started, way back by, I think Red McCombs was involved, and then, went into Bill Hudson and Joe Valentine had it and ran it great for years. It just had a history of really bringing in the best cows in the industry to sell. And then when the TLMA was formed, they took over the sale and have run it since. And then now this is the first year for the Longhorn Legacy Group to be, hosting and managing the sale. So it's had a rich history. I think if you look back, I think some of the top selling cows, definitely the records have been set at this sale, from Danica to SDR Candy Cane. It's been an impressive resume for sure.
So you mentioned the Longhorn Legacy Group. Can you tell us who else is a part of that group that are serving as host and hostesses for the sale?
Definitely. So the Legacy Group now is Lane Craft, Craft Ranch, Mike Casey of Fairlay Longhorns, Ann Gravett and Bear Davidson of G&G Longhorns, and Debbie Bowman with End of Trail Ranch. So they'll be the host of this sale. They're in the group that's putting this on, and I was able to talk them into letting me manage it for them.
Perfect. And then who's serving as the auctioneer and the other staff to help the sale go smoothly?
Sure. We actually are getting to use 2 auctioneers this year. So Friday night when we're doing the futurity, Dan Huntington will be up there with the Calcutta, and Cow Patty Bingo will be auctioning off Friday as well for your chance to get a $2,000 Bass Pro gift card, since Bass Pro is connected to the hotel. And then Saturday at 3 o'clock when the sale kicks off, it's going to be Bruce McCarty with his staff running the sale. And then as far as cattle handlers, we have Donnie Taylor and his crew that'll be there running these cattle up to us.
Nice. So you mentioned a futurity. So tell us a little bit about when the futurity is and how it works for those who aren't familiar.
Sure. So this is something new, and to our belief, I think no sale has done this, but all the heifers that we had originally entered in the sale are in the futurity Friday night. Years past, we've had the Friday night heifer sale, and it was always hard for everybody to make it there, so we decided to do something cooler. So I believe it's lots 1 through 26 are in this futurity. They're going to come in. We have 7 judges that'll be judging, and we'll do a Calcutta. So that'll be Friday night, and then we'll pay out the places like a normal futurity. We'll pay out the Calcutta like normal, and then we'll announce Saturday the high point heifer for the entire futurity will be awarded $5,000, and that's going to go to the person who consigned her and the person who bought her. So, an extra bonus there to bring in some really nice animals that I feel worked really well this year for us.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What about a social? Is there any type of a social surrounding the futurity or the sale?
Definitely. Each night, we'll start with Thursday night. This is something that, Ann Gravett, Debbie Bowman, and Lorinda Valentine wanted to do in honor of Jim Curry. Unfortunately, with all that's gone on this year, we were pushed back to October, but Thursday night at 6 o'clock, we're going to have Jim's memorial. So we have a beautiful slideshow set up in memory of him. We'll have people, an open mic night. People can tell their Jim stories. There'll be food and beverage there. Friday before the futurity that starts at 6:30, we'll have a 5 o'clock social hour of cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, so people can kind of get their talking out of the way with each other before we dive in there. And then Saturday, we'll be serving, hors d'oeuvres and drinks throughout the sale. It starts at 3 o'clock this year. Following the sale, everybody will meet up. We'll have dinner and drinks and stuff like that.
Awesome.
So let's take it over and we'll talk about some of the consigners, consignments, and the sponsors as well. Do you want to mention some of the sponsors that you have for the sale?
Oh, I could mention them all. We had a great lineup. And it's certainly in the front of our catalog. Mike Casey, Lane Craft, Ann Gravett, Hoosier Longhorns, Ricky McLeod, John and Christy Randolph, Brett and Cindy Bolin, Bo Carpenter, Frank and Michelle Heverdes, Don Bartlett. The list just goes on. And, these sponsors stepped up this year. We gave them some really nice incentives, I think, to bring in the better cattle, some of, 0% sales commission. And they definitely stepped up this year. We're ranging again from California to Utah to Pennsylvania. And these consigners are really the ones that make it happen, and the sponsors definitely stepped up more.
Yeah, definitely. So you just mentioned a few of the sponsors, but you definitely got a long list of them.
Oh, definitely. And I didn't leave anybody out on purpose. It's just I know these things are timed and we want to get it out. But we're definitely gonna be doing e-blasts and social media stuff to make sure each sponsor gets their due, as well as our video at the beginning of the sale. Perfect.
So your consigners, do you want to mention any of those? I think you have quite a few of them as well.
Oh gosh, yeah. From all over the board. We have Mike Young up in Michigan, Alex Dees. I spoke with her last night, all the way up in Oregon. Bob Larson, close to home, Stephen Renee Azinger, Don Bartlett, Michael Beck, the Bolins, Bill and Suzanne Torkelson, and Bill Hudson. So it really, spans across the entire country, and it'll be interesting to see how many states these cattle come from and where they go after the sale.
Right, that's always exciting to see how far the reach is for the sale.
Oh, it's unbelievable, and the way these consigners are taking care of their cattle, this has really been unlike any other sale, in where these cattle were consigned December of last year. The sale was supposed to happen in March. With the COVID, we moved it on, and it's been amazing. These consigners have really stepped up promoting their own animals on Facebook and e-blast, and we released a new catalog out to the consigners, and it's online now. And to see the way that some of these females, especially the young heifers, have grown since March is just unbelievable. I think Kurt Twining had one when he sent in his photo to redo the catalog. I thought it was a different cow.
Wow.
She put on I think 13 inches of horn and about a foot in height. So it's cool to see them come into their own, and to have the consigners stick with us through this process has been amazing.
So speaking of pictures and people updating pictures and the animals growing and whatnot, how many consignments do you have total?
We have 66 consignments. So something special we did with all the majority of the spring sales and fall sales being canceled due to COVID. We had a lot of people calling asking if they could put one in. So we opened up the sale and got 9 more consignments. And to be fair to our consigners that were there originally, we just said, look, we're going to take the first 9 that come in, and we're going to lot them from youngest to oldest. Okay. Nice. So we got 66 just, top-notch females, I think, leading the industry. As far as pedigree, horn growth, production, there's some serious packages here.
Well, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Bob Larson has a pretty unique consignment.
Yeah. Bob always has unique consignments, but this year it's his lot 37. I think is the first 5-way that's ever going to be sold. Listen to him explain it to me. I have to get out my notepad, but he's offering. We got reset cow with a knockout embryo at side that's bred back, with you know, and then with the calf that was at side is bred. So you're getting a taste of all these genetics he's built his herd off of and top sales with in one lot. So we're going to be sure to take our time when lot 37 comes in to explain what exactly you're getting, because Bob's giving the opportunity to basically buy an entire herd in one lot.
That's true. That's very true.
Love what you're hearing? Be sure to check out our Pickup Truck Confessions. It's a video series where we hop in the truck or rental car and interview a variety of breeders about what drives their passion for their livestock, how they got started in the breed of their choice, marketing tips, and more. And now, back to the podcast.
Are there any subs that people need to be aware of?
We do. We have one sub that we're going to be putting out on social media, and it's lot 55. Alex D's up in Oregon, and she put in a beautiful black and white cow. Like I said, I spoke with her last night and told her, it's like, you know, when you bring a sub, she definitely brings it. This cow's young. She's 5 years old, going to be 90 inches very soon, low twisty horn. So we'll have that out on Facebook, as well as at the sale we have sub sheets made. But I mean, yeah, when she said originally this is the one I wanted to consign, but I didn't really want to.
Right.
And then when hers, you know, some came up and she didn't feel comfortable bringing her to the sale, and brought this new one, and she's definitely a knockout.
Well, good. And there are a couple of scratches, correct?
Correct. Yeah, we had a few, as to be expected. You know, with the sale being, you know, moved to October. Few scratches in the sale. We have lot 12 is out. Lot 17 is out. And let me see. Dave Pace had a beautiful big red cow. Lot 45 named Silver Bow is out. You know, normally scratches are viewed negatively. I think here it's a very positive thing. These are consigners stepping up saying, hey, you know, they were open, or they didn't get bred when I wanted them to. And so, you know, they're standing behind their stuff. And so that's a great thing to see, that they're not going to sell something they're not comfortable with. So you're, you know, a potential buyer at this sale, you can stand comfortably knowing that these consigners are standing behind the cattle they sell, and they're not going to bring you something that they wouldn't add to their herd themselves.
Very true. So do you have are there any standout consignments that you want to speak about the sale?
You know, absolutely every one of them. This sale is, you know, we've worked for years, and sometimes we're trying to get cows into this sale several years down the road that haven't even been born yet. So each one of these in their own right is just an amazing female that's going to add value to any herd. You know, one that I'm especially excited to see her sell is 20 Roses. She's lot 16 John King put in, and we've done everything but threaten John to try to get this cow in the sale. She's won every futurity she's been to. She's just a knockout 20 gauge daughter that I think, you know, a lot of people have their eyes on. You know, there's just so many. I could talk all day about these consignments. You know, Mike Davis put in top caliber Cha-Ching, daughter named Bobcat. She's full sister to the Imero Cha-Ching cow. So, you know, Bo Carpenter brought some awesome females, and obviously with Bob Larson and Mike and Linda Metcalf, if you're looking for color, horn, production, pedigree, I mean, each one of these lots is bringing it for you.
So I know we typically ask you who you think the top seller will be, but what if you were to give us, do you have like the top 5 or top 3 that if you had to guess, who do you think it would be?
You know, we go through this with every sale, and it's tough to see and tough to sell. You know, I think there's definitely contenders in there. Yeah,
Do you want
I can't pick. I tell you
you want me to tell you the top 5 that are that have been viewed the most on Hired Hand Live?
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to hear that.
Okay, so the number 1 but actually number 1 is tied. It is Fairy Dust, PCC Fairy Dust. And then the other one is DH Bred to Win.
Yep.
And then the third one is ANS Flash Flood. and then 20 Roses, and then Iron Penny LV. Those are the top 5. So.
Well, and I tell you what, those probably are the most eye-catching consignments when you flip through. Fairy Dust that Scott and Titan put in there. They had another one in named Goldilocks, and she had a stillborn calf, and they didn't feel right selling her, so they subbed in another one and got us before the catalog. So I think those are all knockouts, a lot of color on them. And so I think any of those 5, as well as the other 61, have the chance to be in the top seller. So that's about as good as I'll get. But I just, it's been a blast putting this together, and newer consigners like Justin McNeese brought us an awesome female, the Metcalfs, John King. It's been fun to walk through this process with them and see their excitement and anxiety, all that leads up to selling, the best female in your herd, because that's what we aim for. Is we don't, this sale doesn't demand your second best or your third best. It demands, the best cow you got on your ranch.
Yep.
And they definitely stepped up.
So for folks who are going to attend the sale, besides being able to walk through the pens of all these top-notch animals and then maybe spend a gift card at Bass Pro, are there any other attractions or anything that you would recommend for the area, maybe for families?
Oh, yeah, definitely. First of all, we'll have a group of vendors there. I think Hired Hand, I forgot to mention, the sale will be online. So Hired Hand, I know, is going to have a booth set up. We'll have Sabrina Thale there, who does awesome metal work. She can engrave guns, bracelets, earrings, and she does some of the most immaculate work with these Longhorn skulls, the way she carves them out. So she'll be there. We'll have Rowdy Hartman, who's actually printed the catalog for us. If anybody's running a sale and looking to have an awesome printer, those are the guys for you. They get it done quick. They're easy to work with from A to Z. I know, with Hired Hand, we've worked with them hand in hand, and they're awesome, as well as we'll have custom weatherworks and jewelry. So, I definitely urge people to hit up the vendors. That's going to be right there in the lobby of the hotel. If you're a guy, Bass Pro Shops is right next door. It's a great place for the wives to drop off their husband. That store kind of tends to babysit, and there's Grapevine Mall down the road. There's all kinds of little boutiques. And if, you're family oriented and have your kids with you, the Embassy Suites has a pool. And then there's the Wolf Dancer Lodge just down the road. I think they have an indoor water park, stuff like that. I know Chris and Christina Clark, when they come up, they send their kids for a day there to wear them out before the sale. So lot to do in the area.
Awesome. Are there any rules regarding like face masks or anything like that folks should be aware of or plan for?
Yeah, right now on the property, pretty much in conjunction with everywhere in Texas, especially North Texas, is, when you're on the property, they ask you to wear a mask. When you're outside looking at cattle, you're good there. And then when you get inside and sit at your table, just like a restaurant, we do have hand sanitizer stations that'll be set up throughout the property. And, the hotel's taking every precaution necessary. We even opened up the ballroom to full capacity. So, normally we only use about 2/3 of it. This year we've opened up the whole thing for, allow for social distancing. And so if anybody's worried about that, you're covered. The hotel's definitely taken every precaution necessary, and we've taken a few extra steps to ensure that everybody feels safe and stays safe.
Perfect. Anything else that we didn't cover that you would like folks to know about this coming weekend?
I just like to let you know it's open seating for everybody. You can come in. There's no dinner tickets, anything like that. We just invite you to come out and see the sale. We'll be also awarding the winner of the Longhorn Legacy Grant. That's been going on for over a year. We've been raising funds through the grant and donation lots, which Tucker and Carrie Hilbert put one in this year. That's beautiful. I hauled her home from the showcase. So we'll be announcing the winner there. And I just, everybody come on out. We're gonna have a great legacy sale and have a lot of fun. And I urge you to get on Hired Hand Live. If you haven't registered to bid, you can't make it there. Check it out and visit the Longhorn Legacy Group website to take a look at some of the extra consignments and all the updates right before sale time.
Perfect. Well, thanks for joining us, Chase.
Not a problem. We're excited to have y'all there. Excited to see everybody for a great time, and if anybody has any questions, you reach out to me. My cell's listed everywhere, and 512-917-8654. I'll be up there midday Tuesday tomorrow, and we'll be setting up for a great time.
Well, we wish you good luck, and we'll see you there.
Sounds great. Y'all travel safe, and thanks again for having me.